Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today I would like to welcome you all back to Cities Skylines. Last episode, we focused our entire efforts on trying to fix the entrance and the issues that we were having with congestion related to it. Fortunately, we found a way, and it ended up being a fairly obvious way to repair it, mostly because I was sort of relying on the fact that this isn't real life, and I shouldn't really think that some people are going to take the wrong turn and need to get back around, and that's what I was basing it around. You know, they're not really going to work like that. They're going to go to X destination and then come back. So there we are. This is it. It seems to work fairly well. I'm not sure if it's going to go horribly wrong. It might. There's no one-way roads other than this one, I believe, because I think you can only go that way, yeah. And all the others just sort of go up and down any way they wish to. I might change that. There's no reason for them to just go up there. Of course, it looks like maybe they just want to. No, they pretty much just go that way. We could change that. Let's see. We can change it to... Is this a 6-lane road? I think so. There we are. So now everyone can go pretty much wherever they want other than... Well, no. Just go everywhere we want. I'm going to see how it works out for them. Although, for some reason, that's now not working out. Wait, what? I don't want it to be one way. Get rid of the one-way-ness of it. There we go. I just missed a few areas. So they're all coming up here still. They should be able to just go through there now. I'm not too sure why they're not doing that. Is it because I've changed the direction completely? I have. Okay. Can I just upgrade them to be any-way roads? I can do that. I guess I was right-clicking before. You are now an any-way road. Well, other than this bit. This bit's one way. That's for good reason, so they can go through this bit. Otherwise, what the hell's the point of making this one way? Of course, it wouldn't matter anyway, because they're not going to go through there, since it's one way. Of course, now there is a few congestion problems, probably because I've made it one way. I can make this little bit one way, yeah, that makes sense. So just a bit up there can be one way, just because I hate it how they keep going through that little bit. What I'd rather them do is go all the way around, back around that roundabout, and back down again. Look, it's relieved a little bit of congestion. Anyway, you're probably all sick of seeing this, so I'm just going to leave it for an episode and instead focus on a little bit more expansion. We need to expand up into this little island. I'm really excited for this. What we're going to do, though, I'm not too sure. I guess we just should, like we've done over here with the industrial sector, soon to be oil tycoon barren land. Oh, yeah, this island's barren land. I like that. We need to first buy this little bot. Well, this little bot, apparently. This little spot. We can do so with great ease. And now we own this little area right here, which is also connected to a train track, marvelously enough. We need to get this train track to swerve off at this section right here and connect up to this little bit. And at the same time, that needs to then come round and connect up to the industrial sector right here, which will then sort of swerve around and connect itself to wherever the hell the train track is, which is over here, I guess. So eventually it's going to hook up back round here. So we're going to have a cool system going around our islands. Unless, of course, there's another train track that I'm missing out on. Can we see tracks if we just do this? Not easily. It would be nice if they highlighted the highway, even though it's easy to see it, but it would be nice to highlight it. At the same time with the trade tracks as well, when you're in this view, just so you know exactly what you're buying. Then again, maybe it tells you if there's a track in there. It does. There we go. Train connection. So over here, no train connection. None. None there. There we go. We can't buy another spot because I guess we haven't achieved the next level yet. So there we go. I'm mumbling on, as I usually do. We need to make sure we get a way set up right here. Do we need to make this a highway road? Doesn't feel like it should be one. I feel like this area is going to get heavily congested in the future. I've got some plans for it, so don't worry. It just means I might need to change how to get onto this main road, though, and instead just have this be a bridge going over from this point on. I could get that done right now, but I'm just going to leave it for the time being. So yes, how the hell are we going to get off this highway? We're going to do the same thing we've done right here. I think there's no better way to do it, really. Well, there probably are some better ways of doing it to alleviate some level of congestion, but for now, I think that's fine. We could just do that. One on the other side as well, unless, of course, to get to the other side, we just want to have a little road going over the main highway. We could definitely have that. Or, what we could do is have this highway turn into another one that spans across this little area right here. They can then connect up to other parts of the map. That does sound pretty cool. We might want to do that instead. Not might. It's not really too much of a crazy priority, but it would be quite nice since every town will have its own little bit that's quite significant towards itself. At the same time, we've got a lot of money, so I don't see any reason to not do that. So, yeah, Let's do that, because it'll be really fun. So if we get some bridges, or bridge eye, if you will. Bridge eye sounds, what am I doing it? Page up? Is it page up? It is page up, there we go. Do we want it to be this high or slightly higher? This is fine. Yeah, we don't need it to be any higher than this. So we got one going this direction, which is correct, yes. And another one. Do we want them to be close to one another? Feels like that would not really be the best idea in the world. It's quite difficult to make them close to each other anyway. But there we are. Now we just need to make sure there's a way for them to get onto these little bits. If we just make sure... We could just do it this way and... So the problem with this is just the way it connects. It's kind of awkward. You'd think there'd be an easier way of doing this, but apparently not. Nope. I just want them to be close to each other. It's nice and tidy that way. So they're both going in the same direction, but that's fine because we can just change that direction anyway. So there we go. Change that direction. They're both close enough, right? That's fine. We might need to do some of this train track later on, because I'm not sure if we'll be able to go over that. I guess we're about to find out. I mean, we should. There we go. We can. So just thought I'd double check. Is there a hotkey for this upgrade tool? There probably is. I just need to find out what it is. So this needs to go in the other direction. That's already fine. Now we need to find a way to get up to these main roads. Let's see. From this end, they should be able to go on, and then from here they can go off again. So that's easy enough to do. Anyway, we might need to go a little bit further ahead, though, if we want to continue off with doing that. So if we just go ahead by a little bit more. Same with this side. We don't want them to connect like that. That would look really odd. Same thing with over here. And I understand. Some people are probably like, Innkeeper, this is pointless. Just do it the way you usually be doing. Look, I just want to do this. This would probably look kind of cool. I will eventually swerve this off. In fact, I should have done that already, because now it's going to look kind of weird. This should probably go a little bit further ahead. Like, oh, okay, no, I wasn't in the swerve mode. Look, sometimes the swerviness just isn't there. Alright, there we go. It should just go all the way up to here. And this point should do the same thing. And that seems to follow the same idea. Seems to be alright, anyway. At this point, I kind of like the idea of this going around. Do I like the idea of that? Maybe not. No, I feel like this should just eventually make its way off. Yeah, this is sort of going to end. The same with this side. This should just curve around and exit. And then maybe a similar one could be on the other side. Oh, that sounds really cool. We might end up doing that. Right, anyway, we need to change this so it's going on its own side. Oh, I completely forgot. Sorry about that. Anyway, I completely forgot to set a timer. Look, too many episodes if I'd be going a little bit too far ahead. And then I end up having, like, no time to get the editing done. So, I'm going to do this because I need to do it today. There we are. Every time I forget to put that timer on. Not every time, but sometimes I forget. Anyway, I hope you can hear the music. It seems to be going off and on in this game. It's always doing that anyway. Right, let's make sure we can get a way to connect to this. I'm going to remove this train line because it's annoyingly close. And instead I'm just going to move it so it's a little bit further out. If we go to our... train? That's not the train. Here we go. See if we just get a curved track. We'll delete this bit. Let's make sure it goes down. This point as well could probably be G. Probably be G apparently. Probably just hook up to around about there. There we go. Yes, a little bit further out, so we got a bit more room there. Right, now we can hook this up. So this side, we'll have it curve ever so slightly, so it goes up to around about here. Same thing on this side. I think that's fine. Yeah, that should do the job. And then another one on this side. Okay, got to get the curvature right. I think that will do the job. Hey, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but I guess that's just gonna have to be a problem. I suppose we're making these sort of quite straight, so I guess there's not much point of us doing it like that. We need to get a better position off here. There we go. So that's rather nice. So they come from here, they can go off there when they're trying to exit. Going up from here, yep, they can go off or go back on again. And that should be bulletproof, right? They're coming off. Then go down here to exit or continue onwards. But then, of course, what if they want to get onto this road? That's a good point. People on here want to get onto here. Same thing with the other side as well. Some people from here are going to want to get onto there. Then I suppose... Is there a way for us to do that? To fix this problem? I suppose there is. Being that we could just set this up so that there's another connection down here that just sort of goes underground or something and makes it way background. This seems really... This is going to get a bit convoluted now. So if we have another way to get down right here, and then we have that sort of elegantly bend across, if this is going to be elegant. The way I said that was like really weird. Elegantly bend across. I feel like that could go back a little bit more. The problem with working underground is, of course, is you start to have a few problems. Why am I not using the highway? Alright, go down by one. Can't go down by one, apparently. Only when I'm building. Right, there we go. Now I should be able to destruct. There we go. Right, self-destruct. Nope, delete that. We should probably come from here. Now, it would be easier if we just do it from this direction. So if we do that... Right, we'll do a straight road first. Have it go around like this. We can't have it come up from there. And if we just have a straight road right here, that should work out. The only problem is, of course, no one's going to see the cars coming, but it doesn't matter. The game doesn't work like that, so we should be okay. Now, the problem is, now they're coming off from this side, which means we're going to have to... Okay, this is when it gets a little bit awkward. So we could go around like this. Of course, there's a road right there. So there we go, it's a little bit easier. It's probably a much easier way of doing this. Of course, I could just have it so they go all the way back round again. Yeah, I suppose I could just do that. Will that relieve any congestion or just cause more? It would really just cause more congestion. And also, that looks really cool. So, surely we want to do something that looks cool, right? The only problem is getting it to actually hook up, which isn't really going to end up working out. We do this, and then have a little bit of a curve right there. Have it go underground. Right, there we go. I think we've kind of got this. These end up connecting, so that's the problem. This bit needs to go underground at around about this point. I don't think that's possible. So, They come down here, they go off, because they're trying to get onto this road, which means, I guess this could work out, it just won't look as good. Do apologise about Merv causing random noising. Come on, go over here, you little bugger. Ow. Right. There we go. Trying to think straight. Every time I do this, he just rattles around. I just can't think straight. Anyway, like I just said a second ago. Right, back to... Oh, no, it's trying to select that other road. There we go. So we go for the turn again. We'll go underground, like we got a second ago. There we go. And instead, what we'll do is we'll come around here, and eventually it will just go off. Like that. So that should be okay. So anyone that comes off here that wants to go onto that road, they should be able to do so by just going around, going off that really weird curve right there, and eventually making their way onto that main road right here, which should be correct. If they want to go on to this road, coming off of this side, then they should go down here, go through there, and then come off here and eventually make their way over. Is it going to work out? We're about to find out. We really are about to find out. I recall doing this before, but I can't remember how I did it. So I'm going to do it the really obscure way, which should be nice. It should be absolutely beautiful. So there we are. Right. Anyway, now let's get going with whatever the hell I have planned for this. So if we... I want it to sort of come around like that. I wanted to go all the way around, which I guess means I've got to do this. That looks really sketchy. So instead what I could do is that. I should do the same thing on this side. It's like horns. Only that horn's not as good looking. So this horn's really weird looking. I know, it's my unlucky horn. As it usually is. Is that right? Seems about right. And then this should just sort of come back round on itself and hit some random roundabouts here and there. Of course, we need to change the direction of these. This needs to go in the opposite direction. So if we go ahead and do that. There we go. So now this should come up. And it looks like it is. Go all the way over here. Yep, comes down here. This one should be coming out. And then it should just sort of spin its way back round. Or maybe go up here a little bit. No, it should just spin its way back round. And then you can get to certain connections. Possibly from here as well. Although maybe there's going to be another way to get over to this. Should there be another way to get over to this? It's a good point, really. I don't know if we can do that. Maybe it's just the way I've done it that's horribly wrong. Look, you can blame this all you want. It's either horribly wrong or beautiful. It's too late. It's beautiful. There's nothing you can do about it to relieve its beauty. Other than be objective. Which, to be honest with you, looking at this thing is probably going to work out. Looks like an arse now. Good. We shall call this Arse Canyon. Nice. There we go. Like your mother. Anyway. Kind of pointless right there. I do apologise. I don't want it to come back round of itself like this. It's going to look like a pair of balls now that I'm looking at it. You know what? Now it's starting to look phallic in nature. I don't think that's really what I want this to look like. So instead, what we will do is probably just have like a big roundabout near it. And this can just connect up to the roundabout in an interesting manner, I suppose. Should it work out like this? Should that be the roundabout? Like that. And then this should just connect to the big roundabout. Of course, this needs to be a highway road, of course, which it is. Which is nice. So now you can get over to this part, which I think has traffic lights. It does. Do we need to work on those traffic lights? Probably at some point, yes. We could turn this into a highway road. I think it needs to be a highway road anyway. It's just nothing until we get over to here. So would make sense if it is a highway road. Let's see what happens when we do turn it into a highway road. So this bit... Of course, which direction does it go in? That's the other problem is, of course, if it's a highway road, you can't really get out. Or you can't go back across, which I guess is why I would like it to not be a highway road. So you can go in any direction you want, not one way. There we go. This bit, we could just have this bit be a highway. And of course, the way it connects could be a little bit more breezy. Breezy, apparently, is the word I wish to use there. So it goes across, like... Alright. This isn't going to work out very well, is it? It could, if we dream. So we do this, and then there we got lips there now. Lovely. So we've got some nice lips going on. This might help out with congestion. The only problem is, of course, the way you get to this, which won't make that work out, and it seems quite irrelevant now that I think about it. But there you go. That's just the way it is. Now you can get onto the bridge now, though. There we go. You can get onto it, which is all that matters at the end of the day. How the fuck do we do this? Maybe we don't do it. Maybe, of course, it's not required. Maybe that's really it. My mind right now is just saying, oh, we need this, but maybe we don't need this. Oh, okay. Don't know how to rebuttal to that. Give me 5 minutes. And eventually I will rebuttal to it. So this needs to go in here. Oh, of course, you're the odd one. Oh, come on. Why'd you have to do it differently, game? Maybe you just need to go out by a smidge. Right, now you're going to... Oh, not like that. Good enough. There we go. You just needed to go out by a smidge. Need a little bit of encouragement. Right, change direction. So we should go up here. Should go out there. Connects up to this roundabout, which then at the same time should connect up to other parts of this place. Should it connect up to other parts of this place? That's a good point. We should have a probably exit that goes off to certain areas, but no off. Yeah, probably no off. And then again, we can have one on this side and make this a one-way area. Of course, now we've got a roundabout right here. It's going to say a woundabout. It's a woundabout. I don't think you understand this. Wacky woundabouts. We can have a bigger roundabout, right? It's always a roundabout. Always ends in a roundabout. And of course, they haven't really proven to be that great. So, well, okay, they are. They're marvelously fantastic and beautiful things, but still. This one up here doesn't work out, but that's mostly because of design flaws. But there we go. Not really dealing with the amount of congestion that we are probably going to get. Already here, though. There's a few vehicles, there's no reason to go up here, other than just to look at the lovely piss-stained land. Apparently this is where everyone goes to have a pee. Great. Good job, everyone. We've got this whole weird thing with people pissing everywhere. I thought we were living in the medieval ages. Oh, okay. We're not. My bad. They're using this already. There's no reason to use this. Oh, he used it. He slowed down ever so slightly, though, because that bend is just dangerous as hell. Look at that. This is a 70, I think. Well, it should be. Probably an 80 in this game. But yeah, 70 mile per hour. You're going to round that bend, you're going to hit that. Right there. Oh, no. It's a good thing I'm not really designing proper infrastructure right here. I still think we need to do something a bit differently with this area right here. A roundabout. Is that really going to do anything for us? Why are you waiting? There's nothing to wait for. This is already going to cause problems, isn't it? Oh, God. All right. Design-wise, I still need to sort this out. What do we need a lot of? What's going to be on this stretch? Probably just some high-density housing. Then again, this little chunk right here could be high-density housing. Or you know, we are very close to this train. It could just be another industry. Yeah, industry. There we go. It could just be... Oh, no, it could be office area, I suppose, mixed in with some high-density housing. Yeah, I suppose we could do that. This bit, I suppose, could just be low-density then, since it's so connected to everything else. It would make sense just to have it be low-density. At the same time, though, that means that this is probably going to be heavily congested later on. We will find out later on. So, till that time comes, however, we're just going to go for these smaller paths that we have on either side. One right there. Should we have one on that side? We shouldn't, no. This should be one-way. Yeah, this is where we have more one-way systems put into place. So, one-way road going all the way up here. Should it be all the way up there? Probably should curve slightly at the end there. Should it curve like that? It's just hard to get the right angle with this without it looking kind of weird. I suppose if we get the other side done as well to try and make it look about the same. We should have it be straight as well. There we go. And then just have it sort of go up about this way instead. There we go. Should it be that close? Because I would like a smaller road, sort of similar to what we've done right here, to be closer to this area. That can then connect up to this bigger road. Yeah, I think that's a much better idea. It just means this is going to look a little more crooked, I feel. I'm fine with that. I don't have any quarrels with it. Now what we can do is... Do we just have it block off or curve around? It just feels nicer to have something curve around. So we do that. And then just hope this connects. No, didn't think it would. We can delete these and get them reconnected in a way that will be more pleasing to us. Since it's easier to do that, I feel, then... Come on, you can do it. Wait, I should take the free mode off. There we go. Much easier. Alright, there we go. And then, of course, we can just readjust the positions here. Am I doing this right? Yeah, that's fine. So there we are. Is it slightly crooked? Barely tell. Barely tell. It's all fine. So we got the one-way road. It should go all the way around here. And this shouldn't go up. It does go up, though. It shouldn't, though. It should only let you go out. Because otherwise, we're going to have a lot of people coming from here, going over... Of course, they're going to go over, though, and go into here, aren't they? Which is going to cover up this this area. Which means it might be a better idea for people to go around so they can hit here first, and then come back down. And this lot could just sort of join them as they try and connect certain areas. That would make more sense. To have that be the exit. Would that make more sense? I feel like it would. We're going against the curve, though. We're going on this side instead, and then coming back round. I think that's fine. I'm going to try that instead. That sounds like it might work out. So, we'll make sure this is one way in this direction. Okay, no. No. This is really weird. We pulse every now and again to make it change. People are like, oh, slow down, oh, speed up, oh, slow down. Anyway. Yeah. We'll change that, because that shouldn't be like that. And then we'll go back to this. One way. What's going on here? I haven't changed all of this, so I'm not sure why it's done that. I guess it was already one way when I started, but for some reason it changed from one way. There we go. So there should be, yep, should just keep going. Same with this bit as well. Should be arrows. Yep, just go there. That should be nice and fine. It means they have to go all the way around, though. But they're going to do that anyway, so it doesn't matter. It just means when they turn, they should just turn. And if they want to keep going, they should stay on the right-hand side, and they should just keep going. That's how it should work anyway. Yep, there's only one. Oh, I hate how the middle one lets you also go left. It causes problems. But there we go. Fantastic. Let's see how that works out. Now let's get some smaller roads, and let's see if we can get some stuff done before the end of the day's episode. Most of these episodes are just building. If we get the... I don't want this to go up. There we go. Yeah, we'll try and get this entire border hooked up. Do we want to go underneath this bridge? Probably not. We want a little roundabout here as well. One like that? Yeah, I like that one. And that could just hook up to a bunch of smaller houses in this area. Maybe that's where you can... Yeah, that's probably where you could hook up from this main road. Well, to some of these areas anyway. So that's one way you could do it. Wow, that roundabout went insane in about 5 seconds. Is this one way? It should be. It is good, yeah. Just double checking. So they can go down there if they want. They can then come back up. Right around here. There's some spaces right there. It means they don't have to go in a weird direction. Anything else in the middle? Probably another roundabout. Maybe an even smaller version. We got this nice one. Yeah, let's get a nice one in there. Nice. Right. So we've got a nice round... Oh, bollocks. We got a nice roundabout. And this can just connect up sort of like that, I suppose. And as for those little bits, we can just delete them. And that's just another nice little roundabout. And then we can have this hook up. This can be probably another way to get to this area. Once again, the roundabout changing ever so slightly. It'd be really weird looking. But another way to get around. I don't want too many ways to hook this up. And I think I'm probably going to have a little bit of high density probably on the inner side here. We might need to go a little bit further in. Then again, it's not really that bad to have a little bit of space divided between the main highway road, I suppose. Then again, I do like the whole sort of congested look that we've sort of got right here. It's not really too congested. This area is heavily used up. I don't really use up my land very well, do I? There's lots of just splotches right here, but it just looks way nicer without it being used up. But there we go. So we got this little area. Now we can get some roads like this sticking out. It's all right looking. We could probably block these off as well. Do we want to do that? Yeah, I suppose, so we can get that little bit extra up there. At the same time, we will leave this bit blank. This doesn't need to be anything. And around here, we could probably have a sort of little curve coming off. There we go, fantastic. Do we want to connect up to this curve? I don't think so. These roundabouts will do us enough justice. This area, though, we can leave this, I think, to maybe put a park there, or at the same time, it could just say like what I just said a little while ago, which is to forget about it because it's too close to the main road. But obviously, it's something that we can expand to later on. We should probably get around to doing that later on. Anyway, we will leave that until a later date. So we got some low density housing probably on the outside of this main area. Of course, once again, we could just stick to high density. It might be a good idea just to stick to high density on this main road right here, and then low density on the outside, which means expanding over here might not be a complete bad. You know what? Let's just use up the space. Let's use up the space. It doesn't have to be a big area anyway. And we'll just grab this corner up right here, and we will grab some corners. Of course, we do need to use up this little bit, so I suppose it's not the end of the world. So we will get the side, and this should leave us with some lovely housing areas. Probably go all the way up to about there. That should be fine. We're going to leave that corner. And then to get to this, you just connect up to here. Or just an extra point, which we'll have right there, and that should be okay. We might want to make that one way just so that everyone pretty much comes back around instead of just all of them. Because I imagine all of them are just going to come down here and go through this exit when they're done with their business. Feels like it would make more sense. We can stretch out these a little bit more. We can have this curve around. So there we go. We're trying to use up our space. Does it look like anything weird? Can try and make some sort of rail gun or maybe some sort of device that has an odd end. Anyway, we'll leave that. for the time being. Until next episode, thank you very much for watching. We are going to be filling in this part in the next episode and as well expanding onto this side, and then eventually we are going to do a lot of work. Industrial. Well, we're going to be doing a lot of industry stuff. But everyone that lives around about this area should just go up to this industry spot, which should then be hooked up by train. You know what? I think that's what I'm definitely going to get done next episode, while hopefully at the same time, if we have enough time within the 30-minute slot to do this bit. We'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.